to be talking about The Flash, Season 3, Episode 21. Now, this is a lot to talk about because this episode was a doozy. Like, it was so many things to talk about. First, I'm going to start from the beginning. We're going to just start off from, we find out that, how do we beat Savitar? First of all, this starts off with Flash beating his future self. He reveals how he became Savitar and all that stuff. Like, for example, he was the Time Remnant Barry. When he went to go stop Savitar, his future self made many Time Remnants, and so one of them survived, and so they didn't accept him for who he was. They just kind of throw him out. Like, oh, you're not the real Barry. No, you're not the real Flash. Just get out. Just die, basically, almost. And so that just made Barry full of rage, and he just didn't like it anymore. He was full of rage, and so he spent years with full of hatred and all that stuff. So he decided to go back in time and make himself the first speedster, to get himself faster and faster and faster, so he can take down his future self, or excuse me, his present self, so he can kill Iris, and other stuff that would lead up to this. And so, so they basically, after they talk and all that stuff, they just basically start fighting and all that stuff. And so they just basically, I would guess it's a tie, but I guess it would be a tie. But yeah. And then we pan it over back to Star Labs, and Cisco finds out a way how to beat Savitar and to say, hey, look, why don't we just stop Barry from having memories? That way, Savitar will have no advantage over Team Flash. And so that's basically what happened, but it completely backfired. Instead of making Barry have no more memories, no more new memories, he had no more memories in general, period. And so this completely backfired, but on the bright side, it did affect Savitar as well. It affected him, and it affected Barry too. And so yeah, they're both just lost. They don't really have a way to remember anything, or and it's really interesting. And so like, we pan over to Savitar, and Savitar is like, oh, who are you, to Killer Frost and all that stuff. And so yeah, and so we basically get a Barry that is just, he doesn't know he's the Flash and all that stuff. And so yeah, it's kind of interesting to see that Barry, not knowing that he's the Flash, having a bright Barry, a Barry that would that a Barry just, never would, like, what if Barry was never the Flash, he would just be this happy and all that stuff. And so, yeah, I kind of liked it. It was just a what if scenario. What if Barry was never the Flash, he would be this happy, he would never have taken darkness and all that stuff. So basically, yeah, so Barry just there was a couple jokes here and there, they mentioned Bart Allen, they mentioned, Barry didn't even know his name. Barry was like, oh, can I call my Bartholomew? That's just another name. And then so he just says, oh, can I call myself Bart? Obviously that was a reference to Bart Allen. So yeah, I thought it was really funny, and there was jokes here and there. So yeah, I really like that they did a couple jokes here and there. So yeah. Hey Ezra Helmut and hey Cryptid. But if you guys ever have during this, I'm not done yet. So if you guys are have any questions about the Flash, please drop your comments down below, and I will answer them. So panel, and so Barry, Cecile calls Barry over and says, hey, look, you have to testify against this man. He just basically, he was basically under the heat wave, you have to testify. And then Joe is all like, no, I can't do this, it is a Flash matter, Barry can't do this, and so, yeah, he can't do this, he's suffering from amnesia, and all that stuff. And well, they end up doing it, and it's really funny. We see when they go to court, we see that Julian just gives him a pair of glasses and say, hey, don't get this wet, you'll find out what it is, and eventually. And so what it is basically is just Julian just typing words up in a computer, and so he's just basically giving Barry a cheat sheet so he can just basically say what's going on in the picture and all that stuff. So yeah, I thought that was really funny. You know, Barry just staring off, and then he's just like kind of saying it, but then Barry is just getting so nervous to the point where he just messes up the goggles, and he just gets them wet, and with his sweat, and so he just messes them up, and then so the killer grows free, and then so but we panel back to Barry and Iris. You know, they go to their house and all that stuff, and then they say, oh, Iris says, oh, you were a happy kid, you know, you were happy for all this and stuff like that. And before they went to the house, they had a conversation, and so they just basically like, oh, I never seen you this happy, you know, I love the new you, and you know, and stuff like that. The old you was just so dark, and you know, that stuff. He was just with the sinister talk, you know. And so he was like, and so basically while he's doing that, Iris was just showing him his yearbooks and stuff like that, getting Barry to know himself. And then she was like, oh, you were into anime as well, you know, you like Dragon Ball Z. And then so Iris was like, oh, what, you know, I can't really explain that. If you don't, like, I barely knew what it was, so I can't explain it. And so yeah, that's basically what happened. But then Killer Frost comes to Zen and says, hey, look, we have to team up. We have to give Savitar and Barry their memories. You know, we have to give them back their memories. But because of Kid Flash didn't have his power as well, because Savitar didn't have his memories, so he didn't remember creating Kid Flash. He didn't remember giving Wally his powers. And so yeah, that's basically what happens. They basically team up to find a way to give Barry his Barry and the Savitar Barry his memories, so they can be who they are now. And so Barry discovers that he's the Flash, while Iris and Barry are in their house, and then so they come to Star Labs, so Barry can just train even more, I guess, so they can even train even more to get Barry used to his powers and stuff like that. And so yeah, and Cisco and Iris are just figuring out a way how to get it working. And then so Cisco just talks about, hey, look, I remember this time when we were working on the particle accelerator, and with the original Dr. Wells, and then he's just basically saying, oh, I remember when it was just me, Ronnie, Caitlin, and it was just us three. And I remember it was just us three, and then so they just start sharing the story of how that was the funny moment, and then so Ronnie was just getting angry at a device, and then so Caitlin was like, oh, what was, Cisco was like, oh, what was that again? What did Ronnie say? And then so Caitlin said it. She was like, oh, I can't remember what was said, but she just repeated the line. And so, yeah. And then we pan over to the villain that got booked out, and so he was killing people. He burned up a torch. He torched up a building basically, and so what ended up happening was that Barry just had to be the Flash again for one last time. While he was amnesiac, or when he was suffering memory, but yeah, and so Barry was just like, oh, I can't stand by to have this, you know, I can't watch them suffer, you know, that stuff, I have to save those people. And so basically, they got Caitlin and Cisco and Julian found a way how to give Barry and Savitar their memories back. So it was just basically, they did give him his memory back, but there was one catch. His memories was that they couldn't go back, like they didn't instantly go back, like he had to actually remember who he was. He had to remember, like they had to jog his memory. They couldn't just just with the wand, just abracadabra, and did things with his back. And then so Iris just reminds them the first time they met, and so they say that it was a night, it was in the middle of the night, and so how Barry just got home after Joe took him in and stuff like that. And so he's saying that, and so basically Iris is saying, oh, I remember that I heard a noise, and so I remember that it was you who was crying, it was you who was making those noises that woke me up, and so I decided to go down and cheer you up, because I find out what you've been up to, you know, I decided to cheer you up, and so she was like, oh, I remember when your head was on my lap, and so I began to cheer you up, and so it wasn't until that where I found out that I was in love with you, and stuff like that. That's how Barry remembers to jog his memory. And so it was really cool how we got to see Barry being the Flash again in this episode and all that stuff. And then the episode isn't done yet. So basically after that happened, we find out that Julian, Barry, and Cisco just talked to Caitlin one last time before she leaves to go with Salvatore. And so basically she's like, oh, Caitlin, I know you're not gone. I know this isn't the last time. You know, this is not you. You know, blah blah blah, etc. and all that stuff. And so basically, Barry's just like, oh, we're family. You know, you can't do this. And so basically, Caitlin's just like, oh, hey, look, I never liked any of you guys. You guys were. I never liked any of you guys. You guys are just dead to me. That's basically what she just said. You guys are dead to me, you know, I never liked you. And so just when she's going into the elevator, we see her eyes begin to change. Yes, guys, her eyes begin to change back into Caitlin. So I think that this episode was to help for many different purposes. It was supposed to help for Barry, you know, for Barry fans, you know, like it was for the way for the writers to bring Barry back, you know, don't make him so sinister, but at the same time, you know, they can't change him out of the ordinary, you know, they have to figure out a way how to do it, and I thought this was a cleverly played episode when doing that. And so when Caitlin, I felt like for you Caitlin's fans, I thought they thought it was a way to like, hey, look, we can't bring back Caitlin in just one episode. You know, this is going to take a long time. This is going to take multiple tries to bring Caitlin back. And so this is the first changes. You know, I think that they can even go two options. Caitlin is never going to turn into Killer Frost. Maybe she'll turn into a villain. Like she will be a villain for a good amount of time, but she won't be a villain forever. I doubt it. By the time the Flash ends, she won't be a villain. But yeah, this is just one sign for Caitlin turning back again. And then so Iris was just having a talk with Barry, and so like, I can't remember when you were happy. I almost wanted you to stay like that. And so Barry's just like, you know, I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry if I made you feel that way. I'm sorry for all the things I've done. I'm sorry if I, you know, just been so dark lately, you know, I just couldn't help it. It was a part of me, you know, and I'll try my best not to do that anymore. And so they just basically share a kiss together. And so HR, the goofball, just like what he is always, interrupts. And so basically he says to Iris and Barry and just says, hey, look, we found something to stop Salvatore, you know. And so it's basically how HR says it. It's a bazooka. It's a Speed Force bazooka. And so basically it's just basically the Speed Force strap, what it is. And so they basically stopped. That was a way to stop Salvatore, but then there was one flaw to that calculation. There was one flaw to get it working. That one flaw was that they needed more energy to supply it. They needed more energy to give them more energy. And so they did the calculations, and the calculations was that they needed to bring more energy to it, and then I forgot the calculation, and they said it was hotter than the sun. How are we going to get that energy? And so Barry has a thought, and we pan over to Argus where King Shark is held, and so we find that there's a device there, and we don't know what it is, we don't know what it does, we don't know we don't know anything yet, basically. And so yeah, that is the end of the episode. And so I will be saying the preview. The preview is when basically Barry just goes to Captain Cold for help, and yeah, he basically goes to Captain Cold for help, and so to steal. And so we see Captain Cold saying a couple jokes here and there. He's like, "Oh, Flash a villain," you know, and then, "Oh, King Shark's on guard. We have to dodge him," and stuff like that. And then so we just see Captain Cold even dodging, saying more wisecracks and stuff like that. So I basically thought this was a good episode. Yeah, I thought this was a good episode. I thought that it was really good, like, scenarios, you know. It was really good how, like, they were like, "Oh, we're not gonna bring Caitlyn back officially. This is not an official thing, but we will bring her back slowly. Like, this is something where it will happen slowly. It won't happen where it's not gonna happen in one episode." And I agree. She turned into a villain. You know, it's not something where it's going to happen in one sudden bam, one episode. You know, it's going to happen multiple takes. It's going to be in multiple episodes. Like, sure, I think that it's going to take longer. She's going to be a villain even more longer. But they can do two scenarios. Either she stay as Killer Frost, or she is just Caitlyn. And she is either Caitlyn, or back to Caitlyn, or she stays as Killer Frost. Either or. They can do either or. I like, personally for me, I wouldn't want to see. I want to see the old Ginger Caitlyn Snow that we all miss and love. I want to see that Caitlyn Snow. I don't want to see the Caitlyn Snow that turned into Killer Frost, because every time I would look at her, that would just remind me, this is just a killer. You know, this is where the heck did Caitlyn Snow go? You know, we want Caitlyn Snow. We don't want Killer Frost, you know, because that, like, every time, like, this is personally for me, every time you look at her, it's just a reminder that, hey, she's just she's a villain and all. You know, she's not really, they really didn't help her. And I think that they're going to transform her back. I think that it's something that it can be done, but, yeah. But okay, guys, leave your comments down below if you have any questions for me to answer for this live stream. I will try to answer them all as best as I can. So yeah. But a lot of people were finally, I know the time remnant was another trippy one. So it not only was Barry, but it was a time remnant, and those theories actually sounded crazy. I didn't even believe them at first. I thought it was, personally for me, I had my money on Eddie, just because he was the only one who truly knows how much Barry loves Iris and all that stuff, and just because, you know, it wouldn't make sense, but at the same time it does. It wouldn't be a shock if Barry knew, if Eddie was, if Eddie was Savitar. It wouldn't be a shock, but it would have been satisfying. But yeah. But I love how Caitlyn was trying to be. There was a struggle there. There was a huge struggle where she was trying to be Killer Frost, but at the same time she was trying to be Caitlyn Snow. Like, you can totally see that Caitlyn Snow was trying to break out, because she said that line. What Ronnie said, she even chuckled a little bit. Her eyes came out. You know, that's just a lot of people say, "Oh no, that means nothing." You know, that doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, for me, it's a huge deal, because it tells that Caitlyn is going to come back and all that stuff. But yeah, I forgot to mention one thing, that HR and the scientist, Tracy Bragg, that they share a kissing scene together, and so there's just basically them connecting and stuff like that. I thought it was good for HR to have. You know, HR hasn't really had a love interest for him. You know, the actor in general. Harrison Wells, Tom Cavanaugh, he really didn't have a moment to himself. You know, he never really had a love interest. He did have Tess Morgan. Tess Morgan was when the original Wells, but we only saw that. You know, we didn't really see anything else but that. It was just a flashback. It wasn't something where it was just present. You know what I mean? It was one of those things. But it was nice for HR to have a love interest for a change, you know, have the actor to have a love interest. I thought it was really cool to see and have. Yeah. But I loved how the writers showed that, hey, look, we're not going to just change Barry in one episode, and we're not going to change him in one episode, but this is something where it's going to have over time. You know, it's not something that's going to change really quickly. And so it's kind of like glue. You know, glue, it's not going to stick automatically, but eventually it will stick into something that will hold for a very long time, depending on if you rip it off. So meaning, yeah, glue, if you glue a piece of paper on, it won't stay still, like it won't stick for a not very long time, but you know, you get the picture. Like it wouldn't stick for a very long time. It would just only stick for like, it wouldn't stick like for 5 seconds. You have to give it like 10 seconds or 15 seconds or something like that for it to fully dry. And it will always break. So meaning, if you break the paper off of the glue, then it's just bound to break. You know, it's bound to do that. And I think that's gonna happen. You know, there's the villain bounding to like just try to intervene, trying to mess Barry's happiness. But OG Super Gamer, shout out to him. You know, so go subscribe to him. What's up, bro? I'm getting massacred over here, bro. Like, look at this. This is just too much. I can't handle this. I don't even know I did the AR challenges. But I think that's all the episodes were about. You know, there was just about the writers saying, hey, look, we know you want this Flash. You know, hey, look, we know you want this Caitlin Snow back. Hey, look, we're sorry, but this is just how it is. But they gave us a little bit of more insight. They gave us a little bit more into the character. Like, they gave us more, like, to say, hey, look, these are the characters. This is who they're going to be, but we will change them. We will do our best to change them into this in the future. So yeah. Oh my God, I'm getting. I'm not a pro at this game. It's just like, there's just too many people. I can't take out too many people at the same time. But, I will be doing some Predator Challenge, so you guys can see me take out people. I'm not really good to, doing this stuff. Like, if there's a lot of people who are, like, surrounding me, I can't take them out, you know. It's just too much. I know some people can. Some people are just pros at this. That means they have no life. I'll stop. But yeah, like I can't really do this personally. All right, we're gonna go in the back cave. But yeah, that's my thoughts about the Flash. Your thoughts can differ. You know, a lot of people can have their own opinions about the Flash. So just leave your comments down below saying questions about the Flash that you would like me to answer. So yeah. I would highly appreciate it.
I've been to war zones nicer than this city.
Simulation activated.
Alright, let's see how fast I can do this. I'm gonna do this as quickly as I can. I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as I can. Is Mr. Freeze? No, Mr. Freeze is a Batman villain. Mr. Freeze is a Batman villain. It's Captain Cold. Captain Cold and Mr. Freeze are kind of the same thing. They're basically the same people, but Mr. Freeze, he just throws himself into he just froze himself completely. Oh shoot. He basically froze himself. He froze his whole body. So yeah. And Captain Cold, he's just the same thing. He uses a gun, but he didn't freeze himself.
I'm gonna check on this guy.
Yeah, Captain Cold. Captain Cold, yeah, he's a Flash villain.
Making us look like idiots. This isn't good. No. No, it's not. Nothing we can do here. Run out and find him. Let's check on the guy that backed us down. Be quick.
Okay, yeah. So the Flash villains is Heatwave, Captain Cold, Mirror Master, Trickster, Top, Golden Glider, you know, Gorilla Grodd, Reverse Flash, Rainbow Raider. You know, there's a lot of Flash villains. So yeah, that's just some of them. There's more. I can't name all of them because there's a lot of them, so yeah. Oh my god, I don't even know how you're getting so many subscribers so fast, bro. It's just, I don't know. Alright, I think I beat my record. Yeah, no, I didn't beat my record. No, I actually took longer. Yep, and took longer. Okay, thank you, bro. But yeah, go subscribe to OGG Gamer, Super Gamer. You know, he's the man. Go subscribe to him. But go check out my other videos where I just posted 2 videos of GTA, part 1 and part 2. The reason why I broke it up into 2 videos is because for some reason, for the first video, it just stopped broadcasting. Not because of the internet lagged. I don't know why. That it just happened. You know, I don't have an explanation. It just happened, you know. I don't know. I can't really give you a good explanation about it.
Simulation activated.
But yeah, that's just it. Oh boy. How do I do this now? Alright, let me try this. Alright, boom.
Simulation activated.
thank you guys for subscribing, for liking my videos. I just want to thank you guys. You know, you guys are showing a lot of support to my channel. I just want to thank you guys. I just want to thank you guys to keep up the support. You know, yeah, you guys really mean a lot.
Simulation failed.
You guys are helping me support this. You guys are helping me. You know, you guys are the ones who are supporting, and you guys are the ones who are doing it all. You know, I can't thank you guys enough. And it's not my channel. You know, I always say it's not my channel. It's our channel. You know, I'm just in charge of what goes down in the videos. I'm not in charge of whether this channel can last. That's up to you guys. You know, that's not up to me. Alright, I gotta wait for him to come back around. Oh boy. I think I'm gonna fail this one. Alright. He's coming back, well. Guess I didn't do it. I gotta do it from this side. I keep doing it from the middle. I gotta do it from this side. But post your comments down below what you guys like about my channel, what you guys like about the video, what you guys like about the Flash 3. You know, it really means a lot. You know, just by commenting means a lot. I just want to thank you guys. But I will end the live stream right here. Tomorrow I will do my best to do Destiny. I know some of you guys are asking me to do Destiny, and I just never got around to it. Like I said, I'm just trying to finish the Batman walkthrough series. I'm just trying to finish the Batman walkthrough series. I'm not trying to do more gameplays, and I'm just trying to get rid of one, then do the other one, and then there's Injustice 2 coming out, and then you know, I just, you know, there's a lot of gameplay that I have to do. You know, I just can't do all of them at the same time. But yeah, more Kakashi Hagate, hi, bye, Call of Duty. Some people are asking for more Call of Duty. I don't know if you guys want more Call of Duty, or some people are asking for Destiny. Some people are asking me to finish the series. But yeah, thank you, Kakashi Hagate. You know, I make you happy. Thank you. Well, you're welcome if I make you happy. But yeah, tomorrow I will be doing post your comments down below when this live chat is over. Like when it's completely over, there's no more live chat. Go to the comment section below and say what do you guys want. Do you guys want GTA, or do you guys want more Black Ops, or do you guys want more do you guys want Destiny? Do you guys want Watch Dogs 2? You know, there's like a few more games that I haven't done. You know, I haven't done Batman Returns to Arkham Asylum. I haven't done Watch Dogs 2. I haven't finished Batman and Celso series yet. I haven't finished, I haven't even started GTA 5, the story mode, which is, I would tell you, which is a long thing to do. That is its own project. That would take up my entire summer, right then and there. I haven't finished, I haven't gotten around to Xenoverse yet. There's just a lot of things I need to cover with you guys before I start new games and all that stuff. So yeah, but like I said, when this live stream is over and the live chats are gone, post your comments down below saying what you guys want, and I will pick the majority for you guys, and I will play it tomorrow. But without further ado, I just want to say thank you guys. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and so you can help our channel grow and support this channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow, guys. Peace.